we were looking at the problem, and last night I made apple crisp, and I wanted to divide it into 8 parts. So how many pieces of apple crisp will I have? I wanted to have 8. Okay. So you wanted to use these Cuisine rods. How many of one color do you need to show the fraction? How many of them do you think you're going to need?
Let's choose red.
You want to choose red? Okay, how many red ones are you going to need? Okay, so let's count out 8. Okay, so now we put it down. So there's all my pieces there. Now, I told you, do you want to organize them? So let's try maybe organizing them so they're easy to see. How could you put them?
Does it need to be perfect?
It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just thinking an easier way for us to work with them. Okay.
One more?
Well, how many? I wanted to have 8 pieces.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh.
So could you maybe put those 2 in a different spot to make it look more like a air pan? Oh, I see. You're gonna flip them sideways. And then where are you gonna put them?
Right there.
Okay. So, and that actually looks a lot like how I had to cut the apple crisp last night. Now, I told you I ate 1 piece last night and 1 piece for lunch today. So how many pieces have I eaten so far? So if I eat
8.
Well, that's how many I cut, but I ate
4.
1. I ate 1 last night and I ate 1 today for lunch. So how many pieces have I eaten?
2.
Okay. So where are the 2 pieces that I've eaten?
4. 8.
Well, you have 8, so I ate 2 of. I've eaten 2 of these 8 pieces. So what are you gonna do? How could you show the 2 pieces that I've
Break
eaten? Okay, so is that eating 2 pieces, or how did you just break it? So what are you gonna do if you ate? Show me what you would do if you would eat 1 piece. If you would eat 1 piece, what would you do?
I would cut it half.
Well, you've already cut them because there's the different ones. So, you've already told me that there's 8 pieces here. Why don't we try putting 1 piece on a plate? Put 1 piece on a plate.
You're not allowed.
Put 1 piece on a plate. Let's take one of them and put 1 piece on a plate. Okay, so there's 1 we ate. Now what about, and I said I had 1 more for lunch, so what are we gonna do with the other one?
Eat it.
I ate 1 more for lunch, so what are you gonna do with the next piece? Okay, so how many pieces of the apple crisp do I have left over?
4.
There's 4 pieces there?
Oh, 6.
There's 6 pieces. So now we're ready to write out our answer, to explain our answer, okay?
I don't know how to write it.
I'm gonna help you though, okay? All right? So you've taken the apple crisp and you've cut it into your 8 parts, and you told me that the answer is 6. Now I'm wondering, if someone was to read this answer, would that really answer the question if it said the answer was 6? What does 6 mean? There's 6 what?
6.
There's 6 pieces of apple crisp left? So do you think using that writing, that make more sense than the answer is 6? Do you think it'll make more sense? Because let's pretend that Mrs. Beale comes in and she wants to read the answer. And she just said the answer was 6. She wouldn't know what 6 meant. But if you wrote down, there are 6 pieces of apple crisp left over, then she would know what the answer 6 meant. Do you see what I mean? All right, so let's go fix our wording so that we add more detail so the reader knows what you're answering, okay? So I'm looking at these pieces of Lego. Yeah, can you explain some of the fractions that you have?
This is 1 whole.
Okay.
This is 3/4.
And how do you know that that one is 3/4?
Because if we put it together, there's 1 still out there, and if we put if we go over to there and we look there and we look up, there's only 3 taken, and that's 3/4.
Okay.
This one is 1/2 because if we go onto there, those ones both have 4 on it.
Okay.
And that one has 4. And then if we do this one, it's 1 hole because it takes up 1 room.
It's 1 hole?
1 quarter.
Okay. So how many of these ones do you think you would need to make 1 hole?
4.
Okay. Could you combine this with any of the other pieces you have to make a hole?
From the 3 quarters to 1 hole goes together.
Good job. Fantastic. Okay. So can you explain some of the fractions you found out with these Lego pieces?
This is quarters.
How do you know it's quarters?
Because you need 4 of these to make the whole thing.
Okay. Okay.
I will let you explain.
Can you explain that one? Just put it down on the paper so we can see on the video. What's that one?
Half.
And how do you know that?
Because you need 2 of these to make the hole.
Do you need to go to the bathroom, buddy? Okay, and what about this one?
This one is quarters.
How many quarters?
3.
So 3 quarters. Can you use any of the 2 fractions to make another one?
Hole.
Okay. Great job, guys.
Now go play with the Lego.
Can you explain your Lego to me how they're fractions?
This is whole, this
Okay.
is half, this is a quarter. And this one is 3 quarters of this whole.
Excellent.